What's going on, you guys? So this is has nothing to do with strategy gaming at all, but I wanted to kind of do a video on this because this is really troubling. So if you guys are not RPG first person shooter fans or you don't never heard of Fallout, I wanted to kind of give you like a little tidbit about this game, right? So Fallout has an entire series. It dates back to like shit, like the 90s, I think, like a long time, right? Their biggest blockbuster was Fallout 3, which I believe came out in the mid 2000s. Great game. I played it. I was like, holy shit, this is a great game. And they've had similar successes with Fallout 4 and Vegas and all this stuff, and it's on consoles, PC, all that good stuff. And the developer, which is Bethesda, has been known for games that you guys probably heard of, which is like Elder Scrolls. You have numerous other games that Bethesda is responsible for, and they have like they really developed a massive community, a loyal fan base, fanboys up the wazoo for their products. Until this, Fallout 76 was their Fallout before as an MMO kind of thing, like for online aspect, right? And it was going to basically take a single player game and make it multiplayer and like basically an MMO. However, this game since launch has been fucked up. When it initially launched, they had not only bugs. Every Fallout game has bugs, but this one had just an absurd amount. Then it was just badly done. I mean, you had bugs and you had like a lot of features missing. The community was like pissed off. Like the game actually initially, I believe, launched for like $60, and then I think within like weeks you had like companies like GameStop just giving it away. Literally, it was like, hey, you bought a PlayStation 4? Here, just take this. It was like, what game is this? I don't worry about it. You just take it. We want to get the fuck rid of it. That was what was happening. I mean, the game was like went from 60 to like 50, 40, 30, 20, and then they were just giving it away. And the community was like pissed, fucking pissed off because like there was little to no support. The guy who ran Bethesda, the face of Bethesda, he basically didn't really, I would say, give a lot of credence to what the community was going on about. There was just basically a lot of shit that was going on with this game. Anyway, they kind of made promises like, "Hey, we're gonna fix things. We're gonna make everything all right. We're gonna make private servers. We're gonna make this game beautiful. It's just gonna take time." And then they have an expansion pack, by the way, in the works, and everybody was looking forward to it. They thought this was gonna fix it, but before this pack came out, they released a subscription service for a game that already is just trash called Fallout First. And it's a shit you not, it's a $13 monthly subscription. A $13 monthly subscription. I believe it's $13. Yeah, I'm sorry, $12.99. So I'm a penny off. It's a $12.99 a month subscription. This is more than your Netflix, than your Hulu. I mean, this is some shit for a fucking game, and what you're getting for it is a few things. You're getting like a private server, so you could actually play the game with just a group of people, and you get a few other things like you get some kind of new, I guess, skin. Or like for a code, something called a ranger, whatever it may be. You get a few other things like some in-game credits, but nothing really eye-popping. The problem is they released this subscription service all broken. As you can see here, it says the subscription service rollout could not be going worse. Games most community players grapple with the audacity of an in-game purchase that costs more than many major over-the-top TV subscriptions. Now comes with a flood of complaints that the most desirable content it delivers is broken. People are already pissed off. It's like, holy shit! So now I can't do private servers. You guys said in the future you'll provide that, and you said you're going to fix all the issues. Yeah, they were going to fix it, but you're going to pay for it. And there's so much shit going on in the industry. Like if you go on YouTube or you go on any gaming site here, they'll all be talking about corporate greed. Like Bethesda is like foaming at the mouth for your fucking money, man. And they're like, hey man, here's this $60 game, pay it. I don't give a fuck. Pay it right now. And yeah, it's broken. Give us time, we'll fix it. Oh, and by the way, yeah, we're rolling out this subscription. So all the shit that you wanted, you gotta pay us $13 a month. So, it's like it's really fucked up. It really is. Because Bethesda is like, it reminds me of that fucking Goodfellas movie. It's like, fuck you, pay me. And basically that's what it is. Bethesda is literally saying F you to its fan base, putting in the stuff that they said they were going to fix, and these new enhancements to the game that they all promised that would make the game better. So if you pay the $60, at least you get something out of it. Well, they're not doing that. They instead released a subscription-based service, and a broken one at that, because this private server thing that they released has gone upended and fucked up. It For some reason is like when you have a private server, right? You think like it creates a new world just for you and your six friends. No, it's like they basically take a server that's been stripped by other players in the public world, and then they say, all right, well, since nobody's in this public world, we'll just take the server and give it to this guy. And so people are going through like freaking towns and stuff like that. It's like everything's been looted. It's like it's literally a wasteland, but just for your fucking private server. So as you can see, the private servers deliver a newly created world. It's also questionable. Some players describe finding dead NPCs, looted areas, which implies that these recycled instances now sold as brand new worlds. The most perilous bug, however, involves Scrapbox, an unlimited capacity storage space where players can dump their broken down junk. Now, people were complaining about this when the game came out because they were like, we only have enough space to put in this amount of stuff that we got from the game. And Bethesda was like, yeah, we'll take care of that. And then they put it behind this paywall, which is a scumbag thing to do. So here it goes. One reported bug seems to involve using the scrap box in another player's world, and then finding a deposit has vanished both there and in the player's own private world. Basically, in essence, is all the shit that you put in this unlimited scrap box. You go back to it, and it's all gone. So all the work that you did is out the door. And I mean, there's just tons of shit. Like, I was just kind of like surprised at how bad this was. And Bethesda, besides being fucking money grubbing, they couldn't fucking register their own fucking URL, their own domain, because some fan decided like, all right, well, they didn't register their falloutfirst.com domain, so I will, and they basically made a parody website for the game, and it goes Fallout fuck you first. And as you can see here, this is not the actual legit one that they made. This is the fan version of it. And as you can see, he has some kind words for Bethesda. And I can't blame him at all because the shit that they did is just. Oh, and they have the sex tent. Well, they actually give you a tent in Fallout First, but from what I understand, that is not even working correctly. So I think this Ranger armor is the only thing that actually, from what I understand, only thing that actually works. And then, oh, and you do get some. What do you call it? Oh, you get 1650 in your points to spend on the actual world or whatever. So basically, as you could see, Bethesda responded. They initially first said that it was user error, like, hey, there's something wrong with your computers. And then I think a couple hours later, they came back and they were like, no, it's something wrong with us. We're going to try to figure it out. And yeah, it's just. However, we have since found out a small number of players have in fact experienced loss of scrap items after placing them into the scrap box and reloading into the world. Resolving this issue is currently our top priority. We're also exploring ways to restore the missing items. See, the problem with this shit is you release a subscription-based service that was broken at launch. You fucked over your friends, and then after you fucked them over, you release this service that fucked them over, and you couldn't even release that right. You released a broken service, you released a broken game and a broken service. I'm just like, wow, like this guy, whoever, I forgot the guy's name, Tom, I think it is, whatever it is, the guy who runs Bethesda and all the people at Bethesda. I would strongly encourage you guys, don't show up publicly to gaming events, because there'll probably be some people out there that want to kick your fucking ass. That, I'm just saying that because, like, I can imagine some people are fucking pissed off. But yeah, honestly, guys, the reason I'm bringing this up is I'm so thankful right now that this has not spread to developers and companies that I care about. Like Slitherine does not do this, right? If you buy a Slitherine game for $60, you own it, right? And no game is perfect, right? So some games will come out at $60 and there might be bugs and then they'll patch it. That's it, right? But you're not going to have this thing where like it's broken at launch and then it's going to continually be broken and then they're going to put stuff behind a paywall. Like, thankfully, we don't have that. We don't have that with Slitherine. We don't have that with Paradox. Now, some people will go out and say, well, there's that DLC thing. Yeah, I mentioned this before in my earlier videos. I don't have a problem with DLC. I don't have a problem with DLC because you know what DLCs were back in my day? They were called expansion packs. I paid for expansion packs because they were basically allowing me to get more of the game that I already love. If you don't like, the game or you have a problem with the game, don't get the expansion packs. It's that simple. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of like make this video to like say I'm thankful the strategy game industry is not in this fucked up situation. I'm really glad. Props to Slitherine Paradox for not like falling into this money grubbing trap. I'm just thankful that we don't have to deal with this shit because I feel bad for the people that bought a $60 game that's broken, bought the subscription service that's broken, lost all their content that they made in game. Like, I feel bad for them. It really sucks to be in that situation. And yeah, and then to have the gall to charge $12.99, like you gotta have some fucking like marbles lost in your head, man. I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But anyway, I just also want to mention one other thing is like, even though it's not in the strategy game industry, we got to be vigilant, right? The moment like a developer, a publisher, or anybody decides to come forward, I think there's a publisher, Historical Gamer mentioned to me, that kind of does pay for patches, and I think he mentioned. I'm not gonna. I'm thinking it's Battlefront, right? I'm not going to kind of confirm that. I believe it's Battlefront. Believe that's who he mentioned, but basically paid patches. We gotta be vigilant on that shit because last thing we want is, we gotta turn the tide. The moment we see something like that happen, we just gotta go up to the developers like, no, nope, 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 nope. You either change this or we're leaving. And so we just gotta be vigilant. Make sure that doesn't happen in our field, in our neighborhood, kind of thing. So let's just keep an eye on things like that. But yeah, man, I feel bad for these guys. Really do. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. Catch you guys next one.